Punattu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. śrīhariṃ paramānandamupadeṣṭāramīśvaram vyāpakaṃ sarvalokānāṃ kāraṇaṃ tam namāmyaham. yathaiva vyomni nīlatvaṃ yathā nīram marustale puruṣattvaṃ yathāsthānau tadvat vishvam chidātmani. We saw a name referring something you can objectify. That object is only a word and its meaning, and the meaning is not a thing, it is an attribute, a form which includes function. And even if you see the function, it all becomes a form. You make it into bits, it's just a form. So this, like music, melody is but notes. And if there is no continuity, there is no melody. Only note, 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 note. The note also has a length. Then how long it should be for a note to be note. There again issues are there. It's all a form. So everything reduces itself to some form. And it should be an attribute to something which is not what is referred by the word. The table, the word, must be an attribute of something. That something cannot be table. The tableness cannot be an attribute of table. If tableness is an attribute of table, there is already a table to have the tableness. In fact, what we have only tableness. And therefore, this is also table. This is also table. There is another one also. There is also table. There is one more. And only one leg. Yeah, say, look at that. Yeah. So this is also table. This is a better table for me because it's all wood. You know, this has got glass, this is wood and all that, too many things. All wood. For example, we require that kind of a thing. It's also table. Your mind is amazing. You know, it will recognize this as a table. How will the computer recognize? This is also table, this is also table, that is also table. How will you recognize? How will the computer recognize? Human mind recognizes. This is a table. So the tableness doesn't belong to table, it belongs to wood. Wood cannot have the attribute of tableness. Therefore, wood is non-table. So a non-table has tableness. That's enough. And that applies to wood also. Non-wood has got woodness. Whatever you say, the non. Therefore, that which is free from attributes is that thing. All the way, that is the thing. Free from attributes is the thing. The real thing. I can use that now here. The real thing. And in the real thing, therefore, you will never see the table. If you see the real thing, if I look at it as wood, I won't see table. It is wood. Even if I see what we call table, my tatparyam is wood, my mission is wood. I don't require to dismantle the table in order to see the wood. That is called yoga. Not yoga as we talk. Certain philosophy. You resolve subject-object in order to see the non-dual. Dismantle the table in order to see the wood. Destroy the pot to see the clay. Wait for the wave to resolve to see the water. But that's what is proposed. All these neo-enlightenment people, neo-non-dual, neo-advaita. There are different groups now. They teach us Advaita, they call it. Advaita without frills. And so in the vastu, neither tableness or chairness or plateness or anything is not there. In the Vastu there is Vastunas. Vastunas is Satchid Ananda. Chit consciousness, Sat self exists, lending existence to everything. And therefore Ananta, limitless, or Ananda the word. So Tasmin Vastuni, in that Vastu, Vastu is the word used for what is. So in that sense here, 3 examples are given. Yathaiva vyomni nīlatvaṃ. Not only previously pare jivatvam was said. Pare atmani, in the para atma or Brahman, you see jivatvam. That means jiva is Brahman, Brahman is not jiva. The same way, chidatmani, the Atma, that is Chit. Chideva Atma, Chidatma. Chit alone is Atma, Chidatma. Chit is consciousness, that is Atma, that is called Chidatma. Chit is not an attribute to Atma. Then Atma should exist without being Chit. What exists is consciousness. Is, and that is the Atma, the Swarupa. And Chidatmani, in this Chidatma, limitless consciousness, is this entire Vishwam. That which is objectified through various cognitions. Vividha pratyaya gamyam Vishwam. That which is known through various cognitions. So the entire Vishwam, Chidatmani, more an appearance, mithya, than an intrinsic attribute. This appearance is pointed out. It is not something totally not valid, it is explained away. You see, I see, we all see. Blue sky, vyomni nīlatvaṃ. We all see blue. Therefore, we majority see blue, and blue must be true. You know, in knowledge, majority doesn't work. Majority works in democracy. Majority votes are there, they come to rule. Majority. And therefore, it all depends upon the society. What kind of society you have, they elect their leaders. So, it doesn't indicate anything. Because in knowledge, majority doesn't work. Whole humanity was thinking sun was rising in the eastern sky. Because they see Drishyatvat. An old argument called Drishyatvat. Directly seen and therefore it is real. We say anything directly seen is not real. Drishyatvat. Same argument we use. Being seen, therefore it is not true. Because whatever that is seen is not true, it is mithya. And the seer also is mithya, implying some other satyam all the way. Both the object, subject. And therefore the blueness that you see in the sky, in space, is, this nīlatvaṃ is not the color of the space. But it is seen by all of us. Vishwam is seen by all of us. It doesn't have an independent existence. It is explained away, explainable. They are forms and names, they are just words and meanings. And mithya attributes to Vastu Brahman. Chidatmani Vishwam. Pratiyate. It's only there as long as you have your tatparyam of seeing, your commitment to see Vishwam, that Vishwam is there. If you have a commitment to see table, table is there. The tatparyam is important. Tatparyam means tatparata. What is it that you want to see? That particular tatparyam, that is called tatparyam. So I give this example. I told 3 boys sitting on the beach, telling each one of them one job, giving one job on each one of them. Then whoever comes first will get this Gita book. All the 3 boys, okay, ready, we are ready. 1, 2, 3, ready. But I told them before, you have to touch the ocean and come. I told the second fellow, you have to touch the wave and come. And I gave the third fellow a job. You have to dip your fingers in the water and come. One, two, three, go. They all went and came back. The first fellow came back and told, I have touched the water. What did you touch? I touched water. The other 2 fellows also have come. And thus he did touch water, he touched the ocean. He touched the same water, ocean. And the third fellow said, all these 2 fellows touched my wave. I am the one who touched the wave. He touched the wave. Same wave the other 2 fellows touched. One fellow touched the ocean. The other fellow touched water. Who is right, who is wrong? Only one fellow is right. Who came first? All the 3 fellows touched water. But while the truth is water, all their fingers are wet. But one fellow's tatparyam, understand the word tatparyam. One fellow's tatparyam was to touch the wave, he touched the wave and came. The other fellow's tatparyam was to touch the ocean, he touched the ocean and came. The other fellow's tatparyam was to touch the water and came. All the 3 of them touched the same wave, lashing the shore. The first wave. That's tatparya. When you buy the chain, the jeweler, and that fellow charges for for making the chain. And it of course charges you for the gold. So you pay for all that. When you, Tatparyam is chain. You bought a chain. Golden chain. Then gold became a tribute, chain became the thing. Tatparya. You bought the chain and you saw the links and things like that. And how there are choices again. There are different types of chains are there. Then you chose one chain, one type of chain. So Tatparyam is chain, golden chain. Chain is the Tatparya. And when you sell it, for you it may be a golden chain. For the buyer, it is only gold. Gold is the Tatparyam. And he will put it in the balance and then give you, and he will give you for the weight of the gold. You can't ask, what about my chain? I buy gold. You can break it and give him. So his vision is only gold. In India, they were, at one time, the Indian government, there was some kind of a war effort. And the government appealed for gold. Everybody gave bangles and chain and all kinds of things. They dropped everything. Collection. But they collected gold. It's not ornaments to the army people. Bangle and chain. But then this Tatparya is gold. They were contributing gold. The giver also can change the mind. You can give chain, you can give gold. So Tatparya counts in non-dual understanding. And in Vyavahara, Tatparya shifts without losing gold. Without losing water, Tatparya shifts. Ocean you can touch the same wave. And you can call it wave. But it is but water. That is the truth. Therefore, what is the attribute of waveness? You can't dismiss there is no wave. But being water, it is wave. Being water alone, it is surf. There at least some air is involved, wind is involved. But here, nothing is involved. Vastu is involved. Plus Maya Shakti is involved. Mithya Shakti. Whose reality is Mithya. Mithya is an ontological word. You can't dismiss it as unreal. You can't take it as real. That is Mithya. That is the best definition. There are many definitions. This is the best definition of Mithya. Sat asadbhyam anirvachaniyam. Bread and butter. And therefore he says, yathā nīlatvaṃ vyomni. Nīlatvaṃ, blueness. The blueness that is there as an attribute to space, this is not true. It's an appearance. Yathā nīram marustale. Marustale in a desert during the day. Again the refraction of light alone. Like the blueness. Here also marustale, the reflection of light, gives an appearance of water pool. Especially when you are walking in a desert during the day. You want water and you see a lot of water. Always ahead. Always ahead. You never reach that. Always ahead. Yathā nīram marustale. When you go and check up, it is not there. Now here there is another thing that is purely subjective, an appearance. Blueness is vyavahara. It is explainable. Why you see blueness, everybody will see. That also explainable. Marustale also will explain. Then when you go in a concord, blueness goes away. It's all dark. There is no blueness. So it's you require that refraction for which there must be particles. So this blueness is explainable. There is no real blueness in space. Then one more example. Purushattvam yathāsthānau. Purushattvam, that's why he gives the quality, the attribute of a person, being a person, personness. Purushattvam. You see a person, sthanau, in a post. These are all examples used. Sthanau in a post, you see Purushattvam. There is a fellow standing there. Already somebody told him, be careful, there are some robbers on the way. And he is going through a forest. There are some forests on the way. I mean, there are persons on the way in the forest. There are fellows, robbers are there. And he saw a robber, sure, standing there. Oh, he's a person. Until his friend, who is familiar with this trail, and he said, that's a stump of a tree, don't worry. Now what happened? Purushahāstānuhu. The person that you see is but a trunk of a tree. It poses a lot of linguistic problems. So now when you say Purushahāstānuhu, two nouns, now samana vibhaktikaha. Both the words samana vibhaktikaha, two words are there. Vibhakti is the same singular. Masculine singular. Nominative. Purushaha. Purushoyam sthānuhu. This person that you talk about is sthānu. Sthānu means a stump of a tree. Now, whether stump of a tree is an adjective to Purusha, when you have samanadikaranyam shabdanam, samanadikaranyam shabdarthanam visheshana visheshya bhavaha. When you say a blue lily, so one is the substantive, the other is visheshana, an attribute. The substantive is lily. Blue is an attribute. Both of them refer to the same object. Here sthanu and purusha, stump of a tree, and a purusha, a person. So who is adjective to what? If you say the stump of a tree is an adjective to purusha, what do you mean? Volakamaya nikre, maramaya nikriyamma. So why are you standing like a maram, like a stump of a tree? Are you sthanu? It is abusing the fellow. Therefore, sthanu can never be an attribute of purusha. Purusha cannot be an attribute of sthanu. What is it that is said here by this sentence? Purushoyam sthanutu. This person is stump of a tree. What do you mean? The samanadikaranyam, the words in apposition, apposition, AP, okay? Apo, real American, apposition, okay? Apo. Yeah. Apposition. So when it is apposition, words in apposition, then they are synonyms. Either they are synonyms which are meaningless, or two different words having their own meaning. They are not synonyms. And they cannot be substantive, noun and adjective. No, none of either of them cannot be an adjective to the other. So what is this? We say badayam samanadikaranyam. One goes away, your perception is corrected. You see purusha. What is there is sthanu. So I have to tell that what you see as purusha is sthanu. How will I say? This purusha that you see is sthanu, is a stump of a tree. Purusha resolves. Purusha goes away. Sthanu alone, perceived, is to be perceived. Purushoyam sthanu. Similarly also, idam sarvam brahma, sarvam kalvitam brahma. There is a vakya. And that this is the example given. So sarvam, idam sarvam brahma, sarvam kalvidam brahma. So kalvidam means kalu idam. Kalu idam. Indeed, kalu means indeed. Idam sarvam, all that is here that you see, is Brahman. So are they attributes to Brahman? Or Brahman is the attribute a part? Idam sarvam means what do you mean by this? It is exactly like when I say idam sarvam Brahma, then idam sarvam resolves into Brahman like sthanurayam purushaha. Tatparya changes. In the sthanu purusha, purusha will go away. In blue sky, the blueness will not go away. The blueness is nothing but space. When I say this is clay, the pot will not go away. But tatparya changes. When I say wave is water, wave need not go away. Even as you see the wave, you see water. Even as you see the Vishwa, shift takes place inside. All this is Brahman. Badayam samanadikaranyam. They call Bada samanadikaranyam. One is truth, The other is mithya. The mithya, there are two types of mithya. A mithya which is false will roll away, like the rope snake. It will disappear in the wake of truth. The other will continue to appear in the wake of truth. So what disappears is of no use. If you are afraid of something that disappears is good. That is false. We want that to disappear. Like I am limited notion, that notion has to disappear. But your body need not disappear. I am limited as the body. That notion centered on I, that disappears. So we need that kind of disappearance. Body is not an issue. Body doesn't have an issue. You have an issue. That is why it goes on collecting. All extra fat it goes on collecting. If it has an issue, it won't collect. It always has, it goes on collecting. So wherever it is available. So for the wintry day, for those starving days, so it is on collecting, the body is programmed. And it has no shame, it has no, it doesn't weigh and then see what it is. It doesn't have all these complexes. That's all your property. It has nothing to do. It will go on collecting. It is programmed. Therefore, either kuch mila, udhar kuch mila, and it will store. Suppose there is a day when you don't get food, and therefore it has to store for those days. Somebody said, I fasted 50 days. That means 50 days food is raised. It's all kept in the right places. And therefore it's all gone after 50 days. Then only again hunger will start. Till then the system will find out. First a few days hunger will be there. Afterward 3 days, after 4 days, no hunger. And then system has found food. It's okay. Then again hunger starts. That is starvation. Till then there is only hunger. There is no hunger. Not eating. Till then you don't eat. Nobody dies because of not eating. People die because of starvation. Starvation begins after taking care of all that is extra, which the body gathered for these few days. It will burn all of them. Therefore, body has no complex. Otherwise, it will pick and eat. At least it will keep certain things and other things it won't keep. Even though you eat, that won't keep anything if it has a complex. It has no complex. I is the problem. Therefore, all the notions belong to I. And those things have to go. And therefore, Chidatmani, Tada Chidatmani Vishwatvam. First he said Jivatvam, now he talks about the total, Vishwatvam, all the Namarupas. Whether it is one Namarupa, Vyashti, or it is all Namarupas, it's all one and the same. Vyashti and Samashti, individual and the total. It will go like this for some time. That's the topic going on. Yathaiva shunye vetalaha gandharvanam puram yatha yathākāse dvichandratvam tadvat satye jagat sthitihi. Wants you to understand, don't get carried away by what you see. This is an argument, an answer to an argument. This all has got purvapaksha. See, the person gives all this, looks it is the same, it's not the same. One argument. The world is real. This is the argument of Sankhya, of Nayayika. So Nayayika, Sankhya, these are all our the traditional sparring partners, schools of thought. Sankhya looks upon the truth as many. Atma is many. Like Maya, they have pradhanam. Pradhanam accounts for the entire Jagat. Pradhanam consists of three gunas. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. And with these three gunas, the pradhana creates. When the pradhana gunas are in a state of equal status, they are not if they are in balance, in equilibrium, in a state of equilibrium, then the world is dissolved. If they are disturbed in any manner, then the world starts, creation starts. So this is their thinking. And then there is a Purusha behind it. That Purusha is the Bhokta, is a conscious being. And every Purusha is different. Therefore, if the Jivas are there, each one is a Purusha. He is a Bhokta, the enjoyer, experiencer. Set up by this Pradhanam, Sattva, Rajas, Tamamsi. The Bhokta must really and should free himself from being a Bhokta. And he should contemplate, I am Asanga. So I am uninvolved by this bhoga, by this experience. And thereby he becomes asanga. And that is moksha, there is no karma for him, is moksha. And there are many purushas. This is one contention. The world is satyam. Pradhanam is satyam, kāraṇaṃ is satyam, kāryam is satyam. We call satkaryavada. Then there is asatkaryavada. Before a pot is born, pot did not exist. There is no potential or anything. Pot is pot, clay is clay. There are two different things, two words and two different meanings. And the meanings are real. Therefore, pot is not mithya, pot is satyam. When pot is satyam and the pot is satyam and this is satyam, this also is satyam, then there are two objects, correct? And you say there is such a thing as clay, satyam. Clay is satyam. Yes, clay is satyam. Pot is satyam. Then pot, clay, two satyams. How come that I cannot see pot without seeing clay? How come? These are two things we see separately. If it is not there also, I will see this. If this is not there also, I will see this. But how I cannot see pot without seeing clay? If two satyams are there, pot is created out of its non-existence, pragabhava, and therefore the destruction of the absence of the pot before its birth is the birth of the pot, correct? The abhava, non-existence of pot before its creation is coming into being, is destroyed when the pot comes. We ask them, we tell them, enna buddhyappa, what is this great buddhi? Already abhava, pot abhava, and I have to destroy pot abhava. Why should I destroy pot abhava? Already it is non-existent. Why should I destroy pot abhava? Then we are not destroying pot abhava. And then afterwards, then clay satyam is there, and pot satyam is there, and our two satyams have to come together. And how they come together? Inherently they come together. What is this new thing that you are talking about? No, two things are there, and they are connected. Coming together means they are put together and connected by another principle. And what is that principle? It is called samavaya. Pokapula, samavaya. It's a samavaya. What vaya? Samavaya. Samavaya means, so that is the connecting factor. The pot and clay are connected by samavaya. Now what is this samavaya? Where does it exist? Yellide. Samavaya, where is this samavaya? Is it in clay or is it in pot? Because samavaya is to be connected. So samavaya is to be connected is another category, another thing. If it is another thing, that has to be connected to clay. And then that has, then it requires another samavaya, and another samavaya, another samavaya. What is all we are talking? These fellows always say, it is satyam. The world is satyam. Why you say what is satyam? Drishyatva. That is their argument. Pramānasiddhatva. We don't object to that. Drishyatva, we accept it. I see the pot, you also see the pot. We both of us see. Then conclusions are different. The sun is traveling, and therefore sun travels. Why do you say? Because drishyatva. I say, drishyatva, that's why I need to tell. If it doesn't travel, I need not say, the sun doesn't travel. But I have to say, because drishyatva, sun travels, and therefore I have to say, it doesn't travel. You are traveling. Sitting on the earth, you are going around, and it travels, appears to travel. Correct? It appears to travel. The drishyatva argument, because it is seen and therefore it is true, this argument is not valid. He gives this. So drishyatva, therefore do you say that this is real? Look at this. So look at this. Sometimes you see a ghost, betal. A ghost. There is no ghost. You see a ghost. I see a ghost. If there is a ghost, it won't be seen. Okay? If there is a ghost, it won't be seen. So ghost is also seen, means we have to deal with them. And so there are so many ghosts. All the fellows who are dead and gone, if they are ghosts, they are all around. They are all around. Somebody will be sitting on your head. And therefore, so you will see all that. Therefore, ghost you project. And you can't say drishyatva, the shunye, where there is no ghost. You see a ghost, therefore it is real. Just because you see. To see you require a head, that's all. Your head, little expanded head. You don't need anything else. So drishyatvam in dream also you see. And therefore it is not, you saw a lot of money in dream. Having hit a jackpot, you picked up a lot of money. Then at first wake up, then still what you have. So you had some, you woke up and he was traveling in train. And then he hit a jackpot in the dream. And then he opened and what is there in his pocket? He had a purse. He had some rupees. And the purse is gone. Even that is not there. Where is jackpot? The only jack is there, pot is gone. Whatever that he had, poor Jack. So, his jacket also is gone. Poor Jack. Jacket is gone, purse is gone, everything is gone. Poor Jack is available. Therefore, so perception doesn't require anything, require only you. And therefore he says, yathā shūnye eva vetalaha. In a place where there is nothing, it is empty space. Shunya here is empty space. So an empty space, plain space, there is the appearance of vetalaha, a ghost. Gandharvanam puram yathā. Gandharva Nagara, a city or a village of Gandharva, is an expression, in the moving clouds. Sometimes when the clouds and then when the setting sun is there and then the clouds are having different colors, then you will find a big palace and huge roads and people. This is called Gandharva Nagara. Don't think there is a city or anything. So perception, you have to see, and this is the Gandharva Nagaram Yathā. Is perceived. Then again, Yatha Akashe Dvichandratvam. Akasha is the example here. Only one space that is there. In that formless space, there is one moon. Okay? In the space there is one moon. In the sky there is one moon. Then you have a cataract. Dvichandratvam. You see two. Huh? Dvichandratvam. And this fellow asked the other fellow in Kerala, and he asked the other fellow, Adi endade? Adi rendu Chandran Kandallo. So there are two moons. Don't you see that there are two moons? He said, so this is, I am from Trichy, so I don't know. He asked him Ernakulam, Cochin. He asked him Cochin. And he said, I am from Trichy. Therefore it is not known. So Dvichandratvam. This fellow sees because of cataract. He has got a problem. And therefore he sees two. It doesn't mean one becomes two. It is not two. Your perception, there is a problem in your perception. So, drishyatvat, just because you see, it doesn't mean it is true. You see that there are many, it doesn't mean it is true. That's the idea. Drishyatvam, you see a ghost, it is not true. On inquiry, it goes. This is all the limitations, samsara, etc. Sukhitvam, dukhitvam, all that in the Chidatma. You see, therefore it is there. In fact, if you see what it is, There is no sukhitvam, there is no dukhitvam, there is no kartritvam, there is no bhoktritvam, there is no doership, there is no enjoyership, there is no now happy, now unhappy. All this don't belong to Atma. But I experience that's all. You require to experience, you need to be there. That kind of experience. I am Sukhi, that experience. That is just appearance, like even Betalaha, Gandharva Nagaraha. What about all these various things? I see these are all, you can't say. My car is mithya. My bus is mithya. My world is mithya. My job is mithya. My money is mithya. How can you say my body is mithya? Everything is mithya means everything becomes satyam, okay? Everything is mithya. My hunger is mithya, my food is mithya. That's okay. For mithya hunger, mithya food is okay. For mithya hunger, satyam food won't work. Huh? If you dream, you are hungry. Then you must get dream food. Then suppose I intravenous I give. That has nothing to do with that, still you will be starving. For the dream. For the dream hunger, I have to get dream food. And here suppose, so intravenous is going on, and the food is going on, you are getting food. But then, that you will be starving there. Because for mithya hunger, you require what? Mithya food. This is also mithya. So this is the mithya of Ishvara. And therefore, for mithya food, there is mithya hunger, there is mithya food. We have to understand that properly. This is an argument also. You will be answering, I am sure. It's an argument. And all these Advaitins say everything is mithya. But when problems come, they all run. One fellow said like that. Raja had two masters. One is Advaita Guru, the other is Dvaita Guru. Dvaita Guru is one who says everything is different from everything else. Ishvara, God, is different from Jiva. Then there is a difference between Ishvara and Jagat. Jiva and Jagat, what you experience. That is also different. Between Jiva and Jiva there is difference. And between Jiva and Ishvara, of course, there is difference. Ishvara and Jiva, there is difference total. The difference is total. And then there is Chetana and Achetana, Chit Jada. There is sentient and insentient, that is difference. So this is the difference, this is the symbol. Advaitin symbol is like this. And this is Dakshinamurti and all that. I don't know how they will explain this Dakshinamurti. They will not take that into account at all. So this is how it is. This is Dakshinamurti. They will say everything is different. That's a particular point of view. Everything is different. One argument. And this Advaita Guru always tells you are Ananda, you are Nitya, you are Shuddha, you are Buddha. And all that is very nice to hear. Always Raja liked Advaita Guru. Because he doesn't put him down, he doesn't say that you should do this, you should do that and all that. And so he is very, very happy to hear this. You are Nitya, you are Shuddha. So he was little more interested in hearing this Advaita Guru. Dvaita Guru was waiting for a chance. And whenever Dvaita Guru class starts the class, he will go to sleep. And therefore Raja sleeps means what can you do? And so you can't do anything. That fellow has got a sword always. So you can't say anything. Now the Raja decided to go to his a place in his kingdom, another place in his kingdom for a festival, and with the retinue Raja goes. And he took the gurus also for daily classes. Both the gurus also go. That's why the guru was walking, and then he was very brisk in his walk, and he was almost leading. And they are going through a forest. And he saw a mother elephant with the babies. Mother elephant with babies means don't go anywhere near. That is a law, rule. So those who know elephants and their behavior, if there is mother with the babies, with children, take off. And so write about it. Don't go any further near. It will chase you. And so, protection of babies. And this Advaita Guru was the first ones who saw the elephant, and he said, elephant, wild elephant, and then said, ran. Opposite direction. Then everybody ran, and then our Raja also ran. Raja ran, on his horse he ran. All of them again went to the place where they pitched the tent. Again they pitched the tent, and then they stayed. This quietly Dvaita Guru went. So went to the Raja and told the Raja, Maharaj, did you see what? Our Advaita Guru runs very well. He is a great runner. Yeah, I saw that he was the first one to run. Maharajji, he says, all these are mithya. Elephant is mithya. Elephant is mithya. Why he runs? He has been telling you it's all mithya. He runs seeing the mithya. Mithya elephant, he runs for his life. Is it true? What he teaches? No. And he has been teaching you. You are lapping up. That he didn't tell. He has been teaching you. Yeah, he has been teaching me. The fellow went away. Then call him. So you never teach a Maharaja. Okay? No. If Maharaja calls me to teach Vedanta, I won't go. I will never. So if you ask a question, he will wrong answer he will give, I have to correct him. If I correct him, you will pull the sword. And therefore, don't teach these idiots. And so, this, but anyway, our Advaita Guru was bold Guru, and he went there. Maharaj, so, kya samachar? Did you run yesterday? Sure, I was the first one, Maharaj. I was the first one to see the elephant, therefore I ran. But elephants are mithya. Yes, Maharaj, elephants are mithya. Then why did you run? Maharaj, running also is mithya. Atma doesn't run. Did I ever say Atma runs? Atma kutastha. Atma does not move. It is changeless. It is all pervasive. It is limitless. It cannot run. It is Ananda. You are also the same, I am also the same. Neither you ran nor I ran. Both of us are here right now. So you can't say one is mithya, the other is satyam. One action is mithya, one object is mithya, and something else is satyam. There is no such thing. That's not understand. Therefore, there is an empirical reality. There is elephant. But what is elephant if you look at it? It's a word. Then afterwards you have to cells are elephant. And if you analyze a cell also, the materials are the same, little different here and there, and you make the elephant. And therefore it's a magic. The whole thing is magic, mithya. So we need to understand what is Advaitam. So shunye vetalaha gandharvanam puram yathā yathākāshe dvichandratvam tadvat satye jagat sthitihi. Satye brahmani atmani pare atmani jagat sthitihi. The existence of the jagat, jagataha sthitihi. The existence of Jagat. If you inquire, you will find only Vastu. And this Jagat, Nama Rupa, do not cover. Once you know, they can't cover. Like the waves cannot cover water, Jagat and the thoughts thereof cannot cover Atma, because that Satyam Brahma is self-revealing consciousness, which can cover. No thought can cover, no object can cover. Nothing can cover. Therefore, Satya Atmani Jagat Sthitihi. Satya Mithya. Satya is the one that lends its existence to all of them. For you to say, there is blue sky, that isness is that Satyam, and that is consciousness. Isness is consciousness. Therefore, Jagat Sthitihi. Yathā taranga kallolaihi jalameva spuratyalam patra rupena tam brahmi brahmandhaugaisthathatmata. This is what I said. Yathā, just as in the ocean, you find a taranga. Taranga is a wave, small wave. A taranga. Then kallola is a big breaker, surf, etc. So taranga kallolaihi yathā. In these various forms, Itambude Tritiya, in these various forms, as taranga, as a breaker, as a surf, jalameva spurati. Mere water alone. Spurati appears. Water alone appears in the form of all this. Therefore, there is one vastu and many forms are there. The question is, if it is one, how it can become many? That is the question. If you say there is only one thing, how it can become many? And each one is different. Yes. Jalameva is alam. It is enough to appear in the form of taranga, wavelet, and then breakers and surfs. Same thing Spurati appears. And so too, patra rupena tamram hi. One more example. Also, as we all know, Tambram copper for a change, mṛdi. Tambram copper alone appears, drishyate, as what? As patra rupena, as a vessel. As a vessel. It can be anything. You can call it a plate, you can have a cup. Generally, we have a vessel, water, for doing rituals, daily rituals, where water is used, and you have a patra, a copper patram. A lota. The lota is little different, it has no... So this is very beautiful copper tumbler. And this copper vessel, or it can be a pot, or it can be anything. So, but the whole thing is copper. No matter how you use it, how it looks, and you have a word and you have got a use also, but still a name and a form is there, but it is all tamram, same copper metal, one metal. And patrams are many. Similarly, brahmandaugaihi tata atmata. This what we call the swarupa of Atma, the consciousness, etc. The consciousness appears in the form of Brahmanda. What is Brahmanda? Everything that is here, the entire cosmos is called Brahmanda. The whole thing is called Brahmanda. What is known, what is unknown, the whole thing is called Brahmanda. You can't, once you have said Brahmanda, you need not say anything else. It includes Sukshma Prapancham, subtle and gross. That is the Brahmanda. This vast Brahmanda, in the form of Brahmanda, is the swarupa of Atma. It is one consciousness alone appears in the form of Brahmanda. Why? Why not? Because what is after all Namarupa? You don't require real stuff. You require only one vastu. In fact, second vastu cannot be there. You can't even prove there is a second vastu. So I will argue later why you cannot prove second vastu. Second vastu you cannot prove. It's impossible to prove a second vastu being there. Only one vastu, one reality, it cannot be second. You think it over and then sleep well, think it over and then I will tell you why it is not possible. So I'll tell you. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat